Honourable Speaker, the Supreme Court has directed its attention to two sections. One is Clause 2(1)(b) of the bill, which authorises the government to raise loans in or outside Sri Lanka subject to specified annual ceilings. The second aspect is Clause 7(1), which permits the Honourable Minister of Finance, subject to the approval of the Cabinet, that is the government, certain actions in the event of an unexpected fall in government revenue or under expenditure in certain provisions. Over the years, appropriation bills have been presented to this Parliament using the same language and format, and hence the 2013 appropriation bill is not an exception to this practice and procedures. It should be noted that the Ministry of Finance and Planning has not come across the application of this clause for a long period of time, underscoring that such provisions are generally of a standby nature and are used only when grave circumstances so demand in an eventuality to facilitate the management of public finance in the country.
Then, Honourable Speaker, the second matter, the AG's representative is here in the box. Honourable Swaminathan spoke to him. He hasn't got the AG's opinion. He doesn't know about Norton Shelby or anything. So now we are being told, now under what? The law is now being given by the Honourable Minister, not by the AG or the representative. So it's the AG's representative.
84 ව්‍යවස්ථා ප්‍රකාරව විශේෂ බහුතර ඡන්දයකින් මේ කටයුත්ත කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ පිළිබඳව නීතිපතිතුමාගෙත් උපදෙස් අරන් තියෙනවා. ඒ හින්දා ඒ අනුව කටයුතු කරන්න. දෙවැනි වගන්තිය සංශෝධන සංසුද්ධාකාරයෙන් 50 කට කොටසක් වශයෙන්
The government has decided to reduce the special import duty on potatoes and onions.
Issuing a statement, the Ministry of Finance and Planning notes that the last harvest of the yellow season are now entering the market, and this decision was taken to ensure that an abundant supply of these items are available in the market during the festive season. According to the Ministry of Finance and Planning, the special import duty on potatoes and big onions has been reduced by ₹35 with effect from midnight yesterday. Meanwhile, the special import duty on red onions has been reduced by ₹10. A special import duty on ₹50 was charged for each kilogram of potatoes and big onions, while a special import duty of ₹25 was imposed on red onions. Big onion farmers in Dambulla staged a protest by throwing their produce on the road. The produce of potato farmers in Badulla, which were not properly utilized. Ministry of Finance and Planning says taxes imposed on imported potatoes and canned fish increased. Potato farmers charge that although taxes were imposed, they have not received any benefits. Today, special import duty on potatoes and big onions slashed. When will the government be able to create a mechanism which pleases both the farmer as well as the consumer?
Welcome back to the news, and up next is look at Action TV.
While the first issue of water from the Maduru Oya Reservoir for the farming activities of the Maha season was released on the 25th of last month after a delay of 10 days, a group of farmers from the Madanagala settlement in the Allevaba division of the Mahaweli B zone was compelled to construct an anicut as an adequate amount of water for their farming activities is not being released by the canals. Instead of supporting an attempt made by the farmers to collect the waste water from the paddy fields located above their fields, Allevaba Divisional Manager informed Action TV in writing on the 29th of last month that only 5 individuals who were involved in constructing the anicut are farmers and the others are individuals who participate in protests upon receiving a payment. This anicut too has been destroyed. However, not only Bandanagala but the problem faced by the farmers of the Mahaweli B zone is far more critical. The Mahaweli Authority, which delayed the first water issue by 10 days, is yet to release the second issue of water. The second issue of water was due on the 1st of this month. While the sown paddy fields could be seen drying without water, some other fields have only been prepared to sow. This provides proof to the losses faced by the farmers owing to the situation which has arisen. During the harvest meetings held in the first week of November, the Mahaweli Authority agreed to release the first issue of water on the 15th of November and the second on the 1st of December. This agreement was made taking into consideration the water level of the Maduru Oya Reservoir by the end of October. How does that agreement, which was breached despite the rainfall received during the recent past, become water management and not misleading the farmers? Director General of the Sri Lanka Mahawali Authority, this is over to you.
The annual prize giving of the Montessori run by the Joseph Vaz Society was held this evening under the auspices of the General Secretary of the Citizens Front, Parliamentarian J. Sri Ranga.
You can see all the kids how they are doing their performance well. But Parliament also they are performing well. But that is to increase their votes. But here I can see the kids are performing for their future. Some of the Parliament performance, luckily, that is not live telecast. If you are live telecast those things, I think it will be a worse one to see in the Parliament because the way they are behaving in the Parliament. So I think that these kids should be educated properly to manner in their behavior. In Sinhala they said, Ratta Hadanna Thana. But I don't feel like when I enter the Parliament, it is a Ratta Hadanna Thana. I never believed that.
One Asia musical concert, an event organized by the Embassy of Japan in collaboration with the National Youth Council, was held at the Maharagama Sri Lanka Youth Hall yesterday. This event was graced by a number of distinguished guests, including monitoring MP Mohanlal Guerrero. Japanese and Sri Lankan artists showcased a variety of musical performances, both modern and traditional. The event was held to celebrate 60 years of diplomatic ties between the two nations. The festive season is in full swing and you can really feel that Christmas is near when the caroling begins. Such a carol service was held in Colombo yesterday.
Christmas Carols 2012 was organized by the Christian Society of Gateway College, Colombo. The carol service was held at the Cathedral of Christ the Living Saviour. A number of distinguished guests, including Chairman of Gateway College, Dr. R.I.T. Alice, were present at the occasion. Carols were sung in English, Sinhala, as well as Tamil languages.
Construction work of the rugby grounds of St. Anthony's College, Katugasthuta commenced today.
St. Anthony's College, Katugasthuta, which has excelled in the sport, did not have a proper ground until now. Accordingly, the Colombo branch of the Old Boys Association took measures to construct a ground for the school in close proximity to the school premises. The Old Boys took further measures to appoint a New Zealand coach in order to uplift standards of rugby in the school. If you look at rugby at St. Anthony's College, we have a good history. We have contributed many players for the Sri Lanka national team. However, the sport has declined during the past 3 or 4 years. So the Old Boys and the past rugby players decided to take steps to uplift standards.
රග ක්‍රීඩකයෝ තීරණය කළා අපි කොහොම හරි මේක ගොඩ ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා.
On sports news, the fifth and final decisive one-day international between West Indies and Bangladesh is currently underway at the Shere Bangla National Stadium in Mirpur. The series is currently level at 2-all.
Winning the toss, Bangladesh invited West Indies to take first lease of the wicket. West Indies were all out for 217 runs in 48 overs. Karan Pollard scored a blistering 85 in 74 balls, which included 5 fours and 8 sixers. Dwayne Bravo scored 51. The pick of the Bangladeshi bowlers were Mominul Haq with figures of 2 for 14.
In reply, Bangladesh were 201 for 6 in 40 overs a short while ago. And that was a look at our News First Weekend Primetime News. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Punchani Adrisina. Good night.